Mark here, and welcome to my review of the Blackwolf Pinnacle 40 litre Daypack. If you've watched my video, The Hike to White Rock, you would have heard me mention that this is the first time I got to try this pack out. That was early today. We're back home now and reached a few conclusions on it and thought I'd share that with you. I'll just give a few specs on the pack before we get started. As mentioned, it is made by Blackwolf or distributed by Blackwolf here in Australia. I don't know whether it's available in other countries. It's certainly widely available in Australia. And it is the Pinnacle model, as mentioned, 40 litres. It's made from two materials according to the website, 450D ripstop and 600D Codra. I've no idea what they're like, but the materials do seem to be quite decent quality. The pack's available in a range of colours. The particular one I have here is the black and charcoal, which was the one I really wanted. I tend to like the low impact colours. I like to blend in a little bit when I'm out in the bush, not into the day glow and all that sort of thing. If you like colours, they've got a very bright line. There's red, dark blue. There's something probably to suit just about everyone. This pack, unlike most day packs, there's not a lot of pockets or anything on it. It's top loading, much like a rucksack, and it top loads all the way from top right to the bottom. There's no divisions or separate sections in there. It is hydration compatible, and we'll have a look at that when we start pulling things apart. I have a Blackwolf 3 litre Nalgene hydration set up in there at the moment, which I used this morning. It's one of the few 3 litre bladders that are available out there, and I like having that extra bit of water over the 2 litre. When you're out there in the bush and it's hot, I prefer to have a little bit more water than not enough. And 3 litres of water on your back, it's only 3 kilograms. It's good weight to carry. Speaking of weight to carry, the test load today, when I got home I weighed everything out. Turns out I was carrying in the pack, this is including the pack weight, 6.3 kilograms or 13.9 pounds of weight in this thing. So as I said, it was just a test load. I put in a few odds and sods that I probably wouldn't use. However, I took the view that if you were going out for an extended day hike, these are things that you might take as a contingency in case something did go wrong. So what we might do is we'll dig in and pull the stuff out that I've got in there from this morning's little expedition, and then we can actually go over the pack. Now, the pack has got two side pockets. Now they're mesh side pockets, ideally designed, I suppose, mostly for water bottles, that type of thing. I didn't have that in today because I've got the hydration. On this side, just had a pair of gloves, just in case I need to hack my way through something with the large knife, which I ended up doing in the review. I didn't have to do it, but hey, when you've got a large knife and lantana, what are you going to do? You've got to chop it down. In this side, I've got my first aid kit. I like to have that nice and readily accessible. It's either at the top of the pack or, as today, on an exterior pack. Happily didn't need that today, which was good. No accidents. The lid. As you can see here, we've got two straps, so you could fit a sleeping mat, you could put a camera, tripod, that type of thing across there. Didn't use that either today. Turn this around, on top of the lid there is a zipped compartment, and I did have some gear in there. Headlamp, lighter, pen, insect repellent. Don't go into the Aussie bush without insect repellent. Something I always make sure I've got with me is a fire starter. That's a Light My Fire Swedish Fire Steel Army model. The best fire starters out there for my money. I always take one. You just never know. Some cordage, general purpose cordage. Deep down in the pack here I've got a hoochie emergency shelter setup. That could certainly be used for that. Million and one uses. Always worth having some cordage on you. Inside here you can see that's the main pocket. There's also, and this won't show up very well and I apologise for that, I'll try and get a bit of light on it. There is a small internal Velcro pocket, which you may or may not be able to see there, and it separates that into another little compartment. In there we've got yet more stuff. Silver compass. I always take one of those. Yes, I've got a GPS. Yes, I knew where I was going. I've been out there before. However, this has got me out of trouble once or twice, and it's always good. If nothing else, if you can find north, you can find your way. Knife sharpener. It's a Lansky one. I've got a couple of those. Very good. Like that. Again, don't use it much in the field, but I just threw it in. And some spare batteries for the headlamp torch. And that empties out that pocket. You can see there, we talked about the hydration before, whilst we're on this side of the pack. It's right side only, so you can't mount it to the left. I think most people probably mount it on the right. I'll just quickly run you through this hydration. So there is a sternum strap. This particular one, as I mentioned, is a Blackwolf hydration pack. It's the same brand as the pack. What I like about these in particular is on their nozzle here there's actually a magnet, and when you buy these Nalgene there's this little magnet here comes on this with a strap, so when you're not using it, it sits there and it doesn't flap around. Great idea, really like that. That's off position, and of course 90 degrees either way, it taps on. The only problem I have had, I had to send a couple of these back to Blackwolf. I don't know whether it was just that I chewed them too hard, but I bit through a couple of those valves, probably just me. After a few emails to and fro, they did honour the warranty, and I sent them back at my cost, and they sent me 2 new ones. So thumbs up to Blackwolf for that. They stood by their product, and good on them for that. We'll just have a quick look at this side of the pack before we move on into the innards. It's very flat at the back. It's got the Blackwolf logo stamped into here. Padded waist belts. I found today these were very good, very comfortable, and there's lots of adjustments on those that you can use. So that was good. Inside this back, and we'll probably pull this out, there's actually a full width and full length flat plastic section. And down the middle of it, it looks to me like there's like an aluminium strap or something there to keep it rigid. You could take that out. I actually found today, having that in there, I got a bit of clearance here for the small of my back, and I actually got some airflow through there, which was excellent because it's quite a humid day today. So we'll dig into the pack. Actually we won't, we'll just have a quick look at it. Whilst it's full of stuff, it's easier probably to see some of the details. It has got this reflective cordage here, and also this reflective material here on these loops where you can put carabiners through and hang bits and pieces. This is apparently meant to compress the pack. I don't particularly think it'll be all that effective in that. You've got 2 straps here for the lid which compress down, and that works really well. So we're going to dig into the pack now. As I say, completely top loading. It's held with these 2 buckles, 1, 2, and then your lid comes up. Much like the larger rucksacks that you'd use on your overnight trips, this has very similar setup up here at the top. You've got your drawstring, which you undo. That then opens out. And this is all about waterproofing. Also, there is compression here. You can see this piece, at least I hope you can. We undo that, and that opens that mouth of the bag right out for us. Again, as I say, this wouldn't suit everyone, but if you're the sort of person who's out doing some serious bushwalking, the smaller day packs aren't quite what you're in for. However, maybe you've got a bit of extra gear, maybe the kids are going with you, they don't carry all their own gear. So you need something bigger than those small multi-compartment day packs, but you don't want to go to a full-size rucksack. This could be just the ticket for you. So let's dig out some more of the stuff I took today. Let's see what sort of junk Mark carries out into the bush. This has got a rain jacket in it. As I say, not cold at this time of year where I am. If I was in a cold climate, I might have a full shell jacket. This will certainly serve if an emergency. It will insulate me from the wind and keep me dry. If I was out overnight, which I wasn't, fleece jacket. God, I love fleece jackets. Everyone should have at least one. Fleece vests are good too, but that's a sleeved one. I took that purely to bulk the pack up, put some weight in there, give it some shape, because we were testing it today. What else have we got in here? Muesli bars. Everyone knows when we're out bushwalking. Love muesli bars. And of course, Ontario SP43. I do have a review on this out there. Check it out. Great knife, very light, fits in there beautifully just down one side, and gives you capability. If we got stuck out overnight with the loadout that I'm showing you here, I'd be okay. I would not need to be rescued. I'd be reasonably comfortable out here. Particularly because I also threw in this thing here. Now, you're looking at that going, oh, that looks very cool. It's the Ozcam pattern. This is what's called in the Australian Army a hoochie, which is basically like a tarpaulin. And inside there, in addition to the hoochie, I've got some tent pegs and some elastic straps, bungee cords as we call them. So that means that should the worst come to the worst, even if I was just caught in a big bit of rain, I had to take shelter for a couple of hours, I could put up a temporary shelter quickly and easily with that. That set up there with all the bits and pieces, that weighs in at, I did write that down here somewhere, 1.14 kilograms. So it's not terribly heavy. Set it down the bottom, in against the back, and you don't really notice it's there. Good contingency item. I'm all about contingencies, I'm all about being prepared. And of course, last but not least, held in here on these 2 straps, and we will take this out, is the hydration bladder. So it's just a matter of undoing those 2 clips there. We'll just thread that back through that little strap there, which you can see on the right side. At least we will try to. And then it simply fits back through another strap up here. see, it's quite well secured. It's not going to go anywhere, that's for sure. And it fits back into the pack just through that opening there, which has got rubber either side to seal it against water and such like. So we'll just pull that through. I just want to empty this pack right out so you can have a proper look at it. I'm going to take this out and drain it anyway, so might as well do so right now. And there we go. That's the Blackwolf hydration pack, 3 litre one. When I sent mine back, happily I'd gone and lost the receipts. Not happily, it was unfortunate because that's what caused half the debate. But on the top there, you might be able to see if it focuses, there's a little bit of stamping, and that's actually the date. So that's what got me out of trouble. I was able to prove that it was within the 12 months warranty period. Okay, into the pack. Not much to see. We've dug into it. Way down the bottom here, there's a little sleeve at the back where the hydration pack fits. If I was going to make a criticism, I would have liked to have seen that come up higher to protect the hydration bag from contents. You obviously need to be sure you don't have anything sharp sitting against that. It is in the same compartment, by and large, as your luggage. But yeah, basically we're all the way to the bottom. Also a few plastic bags, I don't know why they're in there, but they just are. So that's it, she's emptied out. What else is to show you? Side compression straps, we've got those here and here. No straps across the bottom, unfortunately, which would be nice if you wanted to strap something on the bottom. In fact, we don't have. However, we do have, you see a little zip there, with a little, if you can see that symbol, an umbrella symbol. What we do have in there is a built-in rain cover, which, geez, so much for my lack of visibility out in the bush if I put this on. Silver and Blackwolf logo on it, but that just folds out over the top of the pack and that gives you protection in the event of rain. So that's a great idea. Brilliant little thing. It's just strapped down the bottom. When you're finished with it, of course, you can just put it straight back in that little compartment and that's on there all the time. I was going to show you that backing section and get that wound down out of the way. You may be able to see there's a zip on that back. If we open that up, I've actually never pulled this out before. I may not pull it out all the way. Let's see. Okay, you can see there the black plastic section, and stitched up on it, you can just see that metal rod. Now, I'm not sure what that is. I'd say there's a plastic cap on the end of it. To me that looks like aluminium. It's a stiffener that runs right down the middle of that plastic backing. And I actually, as I say today, found that very, very good, very comfortable. I wasn't sure I would. Never worn a pack with that kind of setup in it. I'll put that back in later, it's fighting me a little bit. But it was firm, it helped the pack keep its shape, and it allowed some ventilation to the lower back, so that was all good. The other thing it does rather well is when you're packing the pack, or if you want to stand it up, whatever, it helps in doing that because the pack doesn't just fall down around, it holds its shape whilst you're loading or indeed unloading it. Bottom line of this today, I was more impressed than I thought I'd be. I was all set to be disappointed with it. I really thought, oh, it's too big, it wouldn't be comfortable. Why am I carrying this thing around? Quite the opposite. Very, very good. Didn't seem bulky. It was comfortable. I wore it all up and walking, I suppose, for somewhere between 3.5 and 4 hours, and no hot spots, no discomfort. So yeah, good product. What else is there to say about it? Price. From what I can see online at this point in time as I do this, which is mid-March 2011, you should be able to pick this up around the traps here in Australia for about $80. For details on these, a good place to go is the Blackwolf website, which is blackwolf.com.au. Again, for overseas viewers, don't know that this is available there, but for us here in Australia, it's probably a niche market, but if you've got the sort of use for this type of pack, something kind of in between a rucksack and a day pack, kind of a hybrid, you probably won't go too far wrong with one of these. And that's it. That's my review of the Blackwolf Pinnacle. Hope you enjoyed it, hope you found it informative, and all the best. Enjoy your bushwalking, enjoy adventuring. Bye for now.